Historical events of time. What influenced the text? When it comes to Marie de France, in the prologue, in her 12 Lies, she mentioned that she got inspiration from the ancient Greeks and Romans in order to create something entertaining and morally instructive. She got some inspiration and ideas and norms from love songs, and she was actually the first person to write chivalric tales, and her lies gave a glimpse into the world of chivalric love from the perspective of a woman.
There are also many characteristics that were typical for this time period, as Christianity is introduced more heavily into society, which means we can see a huge difference in the appearance of religion in comparison to, for example, Beowulf. The cross in the text does God's work, however reluctant it might be to harm his Lord, and however scared he might be of the nails that are wounding him and his Savior. The cross is a symbol for the ultimate Christian, and is in the text someone to look up to, since his faith in God brought him luck and prosperity, which is what people faithful to his Lord were to expect.
In Beowulf, there are also many specific characteristics. For example, Beowulf himself is an example of the stereotypical hero of the time. He has inhuman strength as he manages to kill Grendel with his bare hands, and he has a lot of courage and loyalty as he is willing to return the favor to Hrothgar that his father once helped him. In Beowulf, we also have the stereotypical evil in Grendel, who's exactly the opposite of Beowulf, as he's an example of pure evil. He's dishonest and he just kills for fun, and he also lacks the courage that Beowulf has.
When it comes to Marie de France, her 12 lies were often about love triangles. Lost, and what really made her lies stand out from the typical medieval romances, was that her characters didn't seek adventure. Instead, the adventure seeked them. Her lies are often very detailed and quite realistic, and she got inspiration from folklore and the supernatural. In the majority of her lies, love is often associated with suffering, and a lot of them are about adulterous relationships, and in her lies, love often ends in grief. Her lies defy the traditions of love within the church at that time, since she wrote about adulterous affairs and about women who seduce other men and women who seek escape from marriages, and she gave the idea that women can have sexual freedom and the idea of a stronger female role and power. The characters in her lies are often imprisoned, and one hypothesis was that she took inspiration from her own life.
All of those texts also have a lot of common characteristics. For example, all of them have elements of the supernatural, and also there's a lot of loyalty, as loyalty was a trait that was very looked for in the times. Also, there's no really different, there are like a lot of black and white. There's no half good, half bad. It's either full evil or pure good. Another thing that's quite interesting that you see when you compare all of those texts is the development of Christianity throughout them. In Beowulf, who's composed in around 800 but probably originated before that, lacks a lot of Christian elements, as there was a time where Christianity wasn't a big thing. The Dream of Rude, though, has a lot of Christian elements in it, as it's pure about Christianity, while the Werewolf shows a more developed Christianity where women takes a larger role in the society.
Created using Powtoon.